A summer of cancellations and frustration for New Jersey commuters. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is New Jersey State Assemblywoman Nancy Munoz of the 21st District. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about where we stand right now with New Jersey Transit. You recently had a hearing where you heard from leadership of New Jersey Transit. What did you hear about recent cancellations and the frustration that consumers and commuters were experiencing?
Well, we called for the hearings because of the frustration and the fact that our constituents were extraordinarily upset. I mean, we've had 385 cancellations this summer alone. That's just unacceptable. So the leadership, we asked multiple questions. I'm not sure we got very good answers. Number one, like how do they decide which trains are canceled? It's complicated, but that's not an adequate answer. You know, I took NJ Transit from Metro Park to Trenton on the day of the hearing, and I was on a beautiful train. It was nice. There were 6 of us in the car, and yet I'm on the Morrison-Essex line up in Summit, and every day there are people in the vestibule, which is they're not supposed to be there. It's unsafe. Those trains are canceled constantly. So the decision making about that. Number 2, one of the questions we asked was, why don't we have enough engineers? They call out sick. And if you look at the Wall Street Journal article, there's more engineers calling out sick on Fridays and Mondays. Again, yes, you might expect that, but that's unacceptable. And why does it take us longer to train the engineers than any of the other lines? We have a 20-month training program for engineers. We need approximately 400 engineers. Right now we have approximately 330 who are trained. We need to get those engineers in place. You know, one of the problems we have is that we have a New Jersey residency requirement for the engineers. It's expensive to live in New Jersey. So it's been recommended to the governor by Senator Kaine and others to lift that requirement.
And those are just some of the things that you are addressing. Talk to us, though, about positive train control. This is a safety mechanism that's being implemented.
Right.
Is this something that you also work to address and find out the status of?
Absolutely. You know, positive train control, it became an even more urgent issue following the crash in Hoboken. And we started the hearings in October of 2016, right after that crash, to look at what was going on. The number of trains in New Jersey Transit that had it were very minimal number. And we have until December 31st of this year by the federal government to get positive train control on all of our trains. Or Amtrak's not going to allow NJ Transit to run on the tracks. But it's not just getting the positive train control. You have to train the engineers. You have to train the other personnel on the trains. And so we don't have an absolute number on that. You know, we heard 12% of the trains at the beginning of the year. Then 1 week before the hearing, we heard that 28% had PTC, positive train control. The following week, we heard 58%. What's the actual number? The transparency is lacking. How do we get those answers for us and for the public to have confidence that this is actually going forward?
So you have a variety of concerns. You have concerns related to safety and transparency. We just have a short time left. You also have concerns related to the economic impact of these cancellations. You had a hearing in August. Will you call for additional hearings?
Well, you know, if we can get some answers, because what we're not getting is good communication. We need to be able to communicate to the public. The public should not find out on the platform that their train has been canceled. I have a piece of legislation in that says if you know ahead of time, you need to contact the people. That needs to be done. You know, as I have said, it's not just people going in and out of New York. In my district, we have hospitals where people get off the trains and on the trains in scrubs. They're late for work. This has an impact across the entire district, across the entire state. This is an incredibly important issue. We must get answers about these questions that we have.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
We've been talking with New Jersey State Assemblywoman Nancy Munoz. I'm Jill Horner.